32-9. Nice. Hello, welcome to another video. This video, completely different to the normal videos I make, anything like that. It's purely just gonna be me talking, because if you're newer here, basically my channel is like kind of like a video diary type of thing. Like I just talk about what's going on in my life while also just playing games that I like playing, stuff like that, you know? That's kind of how I've always gone about this channel. And I think I saw the worst football game I can ever say I've watched. Disclaimer, if you don't know football, if you don't like football, anything about football, I apologize, because that's all I'm going to talk about in this video. If you don't, please stick around. I'm not going to get into like nitty gritty, super detailed. I feel like more just having a fan reaction of being like, what the fuck were you doing? That's really where to start with this Eagles like rant is like, it genuinely feels like at practice every week, every single day, rather than actually practicing football, they decided, you know what guys, let's practice bitching at each other on the sidelines, or practice dancing, or some other random thing that has nothing to do with football, because what they were doing on the field, sure as fuck, it didn't look like football, I'll be honest. This is the most betrayed, like I've had a sheltered life, like emotionally I'd say. This is one of the biggest feelings of betrayal that like I've felt, which sounds so fucking pathetic because it's a football team. But this team was 10-1 at one point. They looked really good. I remember the highs, watching them beat the Bills to get to 10-1. Highest point of the season by far. Everything seemed good. We were winning close games, but they were good teams we were playing, so we felt good about it. And then proceed to just shit the bed for the next 7 weeks, basically, is how it went. The feeling of betrayal of thinking this is a good team and they're actually capable of doing something, to just being told, go fuck yourself, it was tough. It was tough to watch. I don't know what more like they could have needed, because they didn't seem like they cared about this football game in any way. I don't know if they just assumed that they were deserved to win this game, be given the win before the game, just because Tampa Bay barely got in. They really don't deserve to be here type of BS. The Eagles didn't deserve to be there. They literally showed up, refused to tackle. Lord knows why. I was relatively thin and small in high school. I played football for 2 years. DB. They looked like me out there. Genuinely scared to tackle. When I was like 14 years old, I didn't want to tackle a goddamn 200-pound running back as like a 140-pound skinny kid. That's what they looked like. It was awful. It's crazy how they couldn't get up and like care about this football game of all football games, being that they started the playoffs, where they were last year, right on the doorstep of winning it all, to this of just, it basically seemed like, we don't care. I don't know what you could really do about that. Coaches couldn't get them up to like hyped to really perform in this game. They couldn't do shit against the blitz. Tampa Bay just ran 7-6 guys at Jalen Hurts every single play, it felt like. And every single goddamn play, it felt like they were just throwing the ball outside the numbers, which is just so infuriating. And it's so much worse because earlier in the game, they threw it over the middle against a blitz, and it worked really well. And they didn't do it again. They did it 0 more times against a blitz like that. Being an Eagles fan, I know, like, I'm not deprived. We won the Super Bowl in 2017. That still does a lot for me. I'm old enough that, like, when it happened, I was in university. It was great. I remember it. It felt amazing. It was stressful, but it was great. Last year we went to the Super Bowl. Also great. Sucked how it ended, but we at least got to go there. It just, I have a good feeling that they're not going to just be terrible. Obviously, they have pieces to still be good. Like, it just feels like coaching has to change. Like, that just seems like the obvious thing of the offense seems so stagnant. And, like, that's not... The only defensive thing I've talked about is the fucking tackling, which was just pathetic watching football. I saw a thing of Ray Lewis, the murderer himself, basically ripping on them for how they're even trying to tackle. But they did lose 32-9. They had a chance in the second half to kind of make this game kind of close. It was 16-9, one touchdown. They could tie the game. Seemed like, okay, boom. At halftime, let's get a good drive and tie it up and feel good, right? They had a touchdown right before the half, I'm pretty sure. Tush push got stuffed. Bad vibes as soon as I saw that. That did not happen in the second half. They started the second half, I'm pretty certain, with a fucking 3-and-out. And then when Jalen Hurts had the worst play of his career, probably when he got sacked, whatever. Tampa Bay got a safety to get 2 points. I knew it was over. At that point, how terrible the offense looked, I knew they weren't going to be able to just switch it to be like, oh yeah, we're good now. And the defense, all power to you, defense. You held up way better than anyone could have imagined. Yes, the game should have been worse if Tampa Bay didn't, lather their hands with fucking Vaseline before the game and drop however many basically touchdown passes. Like, Mike Evans early in the game had like a 40-yard catch he just dropped. It was close then. Knew it was over right after. And it was it was such a draining feeling just as the game was like progressing towards halftime and just sitting there just knowing it was going to be done. And the worst part is like having no faith in the defense, and then the defense progressively got better throughout the game until they knew it was over. They were holding Tampa Bay to field goals. They were sacking them on to push them out of field goal range, and the offense proceeded to shit its own pants. And the defense eventually just said, you know what? We did what we could. Here's a 50-yard touchdown because we don't want to tackle anymore because offense isn't going to do its job. Why should the defense? Also, if you're still watching this video, I don't plan to, my channel is going to stay the same. I'm going to play video games 99% of the time and make the sporadic, commentary type of video talking about whatever in my life has affected me because oh god, just sitting there, just getting drained. And I've had a day to sit around, compress myself, kind of collect my thoughts and everything. I haven't seen Nick Sirianni fired yet. I don't know what else. There's going to be a lot of change, obviously. The worst thing Nick Sirianni did do this year, though, was definitely get rid of Desai, which was just mind-blowing. Thinking back, I was one of them that had hope when it happened that, okay, it could be good. And I saw they hired Patricia to do it, and I was like, well, at this fucking point, let's roll the dice, apparently. Maybe he's got something cooked up in his mind. Proceeds to be even worse. And just thinking back, Desai, the defense held the Chiefs to no points in a second half when we beat them. And we end up firing that coordinator. That is mind-blowing. During the season, mind you. Not after the season. During the season is just crazy. I started, after how the last few weeks have gone, I kind of just had the thought of the Eagles winning the Super Bowl, and I just sent that bitch to the sun. And it's been there. I forget what game it was. What game was it? I texted my brother, and I said the next time, it must have been after the Seahawks game, I think. I texted him, and I told him, if you hear me say anything amount of hope or whatever with the Eagles this season, just point and laugh at me. Because they don't got it. It was becoming more and more obvious, and that's when it was clear and fucking obvious that it was done. It was over. If they won this game and went to Detroit, they would have given up 50 points easily. I don't doubt that. If they played the 49ers, they would have given up 60 points probably, and they would have just got physically abused in that game because the 49ers hate us. Yeah, it was just, man, what a miserable experience. And then the offseason's going to happen. The Eagles will probably have a good offseason because they seem to, be at least competent in that area. And I'll be excited again, and then they'll probably be good, and then shit the bed. Probably not as bad as this. This was really bad. This was a really bad one. This one's going to fucking hurt for a while. But that's basically all I wanted to talk about today. I just wanted to rant. I've had time to kind of collect my thoughts and just... if I took a video the night of, it probably would have lasted 3 minutes, and I would have just sat here quietly stewing. Just thinking about how stupid I was to ever think this team was good enough. But if you don't like football, if you don't have any interest in football, I apologize. If you sat here and watched through, like, I don't know, maybe 10-ish minutes of me sitting here ranting about the Eagles. I love the Eagles, as you can see. I have a, yeah. I mean, I don't hide the fact that I like the Eagles, but my God, did they shit the bed. And at least the Cowboys lost too, so I guess I don't have to, get pointed and laughed at by Cowboys fans. But that is going to do it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed this and want to ever see any more kind of just commentary videos. Be sure to subscribe. Helps the channel a bunch. I post every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I think Friday's video is going to be Halo. I've been loving playing Halo again. Like, it's been just a great time. And I do have some ideas for Halo videos that I'm going to work on basically right now, and some other videos I want to work on throughout the year. So I'm looking forward to all that. But that will do it for this one. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.